I've just taken delivery of these amazing moulds from Let's Resin, and I will link them in the description below. One of them is a dragon egg pot. I can't wait to make that. There we go. And the other is the See No Evil, Speak No Evil, Hear No Evil little dragon molds. So we're going to have some fun with this. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the eyes, and then I'm also going to show you how to get some great effects on these molds. Now, that one we don't have to do the eyes because his little eyes are all covered up because he's seen no evil. But we are going to do the eyes on these ones. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn that virtually inside out so the eyes are exposed like that. Because that's all we want to do, is just to expose those eyes. And this is the great thing about the Let's Resin molds. I know there is a lot of cheap knockoff molds out there at the moment. Believe me, I'm fully aware on other cheap platforms. But let me tell you, their molds aren't great quality. Not the great quality that you're going to get with the Let's Resin molds. And also, Let's Resin tell you exactly how much resin you need, and they're much better quality and are going to last you so much longer, and you're going to get better results from them as well. They're not cheaply made using 3D printers to get the blanks, and you're not going to get all those little lines in them or miscasts and all that sort of thing. So it's well worth investing that little bit more and getting the Let's Resin ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my enamel paint to paint those eyes in with. And I'm sure you'll have seen my videos on how to use enamel paint and some great results that you can get using enamel paint in your resin. And if you haven't, check those videos out. I'll link them at the end of this. The always important thing with enamel paint is to make sure that you give it a stir. Now, these little tins are going to last you a long time. They really are going to last you a long time. So that's nice and clean now. Now, I've marked on the outside of this mould exactly where I need to put the pupils, because this is slightly distorted when I turn it inside out. I don't want to put it in the wrong place, and all I'm doing is going over that like that with a thin brush and creating a pupil like that. And you only need one coat with this, and if you've not done a very good job of it, don't worry about that. You can always get one of these little micro brushes and reshape that up like that. Okay, so that's a better job. That's more the shape I wanted to get. You can wash these brushes out really easily. I do go through all that in my other video, so I'm not going to go through all that again today. And then round the edge, I'm also going to put a little bit of yellow, that black, just around the edge of that yellow. Just where you can clean it up, because with my tremor, I'm not very neat painter, so I can tidy that up. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Now, you don't have to do your eyes like this. I just think it comes out really nice. And then for the remainder of the eye, I'm going to put in some white. And then what I'm going to do is leave that now to dry for a couple of hours before I do the next stage on it. And I'll carry on and I'll do this one in exactly the same way. So while they're drying those eyes, what I'm going to do is prepare my egg. And I'm going to be using chameleon flakes for this, not the powder, the chameleon flakes. And I'm going to be using, this is the green. And all I'm going to do is brush those on using a makeup brush all the way around. And I'll probably intermix this with some lime green as well to get that on there. Look how pretty that is in there. And I should do the whole egg in this, both sides. Now, remember when you pour, this is where you pour into. You don't have to pour into that. You pour into this because when you turn it upside down, that is your bottom of your pot. And this mould is lovely and new and really clean. So as a result, these flakes will stick on here nicely. If they don't, if you're finding that your flakes don't stick on well, then you can give it a quick, very quick spray of a mould release and that'll help them to stick. Or what you can do is just give your mould a real good clean, because it may have some grease or something on it. And then once you've got your chameleon flakes on there, give them a brush out with your makeup brush, and that'll bring up that lovely shine, and that'll make them sit there on there really well. Well, that's coated now as much as I'm going to get it coated. And what I'm going to do is use the chameleon powder on the actual dragons themselves, and I apply that using a different method. With this, I use the brush with the flakes, but with the powder, I use these little makeup sponges. They are so good at applying powder. Now, I'm not the neatest person in the world of applying powder. I'm just not. But that doesn't mean you don't have to be. You don't have to follow my lead. at all on these. So all I do is I pop my powder in there like that, making sure it's sticking to the mould where I want it to stick to the mould. Now you can turn these inside out and do them, but I find I flick a lot of the powder off if I do that when I turn them back the right way. And then give it a bit of a rub over, because that gets all the little flakes laying the right way and gives you that much nicer sheen that you're looking for. I've got members in my group that do this, and you'd think they'd coloured it in using some very fine paintbrushes. They're so good at it. And if you're talking to my members, if you want to become a member, then the link for that is in the description below. It's a great group of people, very like-minded, very supportive, and so helpful as well to everybody, regardless of what level you're at with your arts and the crafts and your resin. And the link to become a member is in the description below, and the names have been coming up of my members. So that's the chest done, as you can see, and then I'm going to finish off doing the rest as well in different colours before I cast them. These are still dry in the eyes, and they will probably only take about another 10-15 minutes to dry. And once they're fully dry, I will carry on and do the same with them using the chameleon powder. Ooh, I think these are going to look beautiful. So I've finished off these. I've turned these in the inside out now, and the eyes are there. And all I've done on these ones is I've brushed the chameleon powder on the chest plate rather than all the way through, because I'm just not tidy enough at doing it. But I have tried it all the way on this one. I'm going to mix my resin up using my large jug that's available in my kit. I'll link that in the description below as well. And then I'll show you what I'm going to mix in this to make these a bit more solid. So I've got my resin mixed up now, and I'm going to be using two different greens for this. A light green and a darker green. So we're going to do the darker green in this one. So if I put my light green in here first, because I've mixed up enough resin for all of it, and stir that in, I can then put my darker green on and make it darker once I've finished pouring this into the dragon mould. So that's nicely mixed up, and now I can pour this into my dragon mould. Pouring a little bit in to start with, just doing a little bit of squidgy widgy around these bits where the horns and the ears are, because I want to try and get as few bubbles trapped in there as I can. And then I can fill it up a little bit more squidgy widgy around the wings and where the tail is as well. And then I'll pop any bubbles that come up to the top and then let them cure up. And now this is my resin for here. I want to darken that off a little bit more, so I'm putting a bluish green into this, which will change its colour. I'm using a green as the base for this because I've used green as the chameleon flakes. Yeah, that's definitely darkened that off a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is pop some in there. I don't know if I've mixed enough up for the lid. I don't think I have. Oh, that's because I forgot to add the 6.6 fluid ounces of the lid to the amount I mixed up. Well, never mind. What I'll do is I'll quickly mix some more up and pop that in there. What a numpty. There's me thinking I was doing so well. Should know better than to think things are going well. So what I'm going to do is just give that a bit of a tap round, release any bubbles, and again, leave that to cure up, and then pour the same for the lid, and I can show you what they look like finished. Well, these are all completely cured now. I've demolded one, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's look at the egg first. Look how beautiful that top bit has come out. That's so shiny. I mean, the chameleon flakes are just awesome, aren't they? So now let's take a look at this. And again, that has come out just as beautiful. Look at that. And that just fits on the top like that. And it's got a nice tight close as well to it. So it fits on there really, really well in that egg. I think that egg has come out amazing. Brilliant mould. It's a shame they've not designed it so the dragons could sit inside the egg, but that's not really what it's designed for anyway. It is designed as a pot to put stuff in. So let's look at the dragon. Now this is the dragon with the enamel paint for the eyes. Now I think I should have left it a little bit longer. I think I may have rushed it, and I'm not sure if that enamel paint was completely dry on those eyes, but we will see, because it is important that it gets completely dried. Oh no, on this one it was, definitely. So that's how that one has come out with the eyes, and I think the eyes have come out really well. That one as well, the eyes have come out beautiful, and these are the ones where I just painted the chests with the chameleon powders, and this is the one where I did the whole thing in the chameleon powders. And you could paint these afterwards if you wanted to, give them all a different colour. He's come out really cute, look, with his different colours on him. I like him a lot. A little bit of overpour there, which we can easily take care of. So there we go, we've got the Hear No, See No, Speak no evil, dragons. And we've also got the amazing, oh, it's so tactile, this dragon egg. So tactile. Lovely. And you could do that with a variety of different colours. And even inside, it's come out beautiful. Great moulds. Great products, great colours. If you want to get hold of any of these, then the link for that is in the description below from Let's Resin, including the link for the moulds. These moulds are great quality, and it makes such a difference getting good quality moulds. They'll last you a lot longer, and also you get much better castings from them. Be sure to check out the video I've got coming up next. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.